Hi, I'm Mo of Ezeebeady. Today I'm going to show you how to make these earrings. I've called them crystal wreath earrings. I've tried them in pink and white. I have previously done a video with this one to show you how to make this one. I'm going to try it again and make it clearer. Okay. This time I am using yellow 4mm bicones. You'll need 18 of these if you're placing this dangle on, 16 if you're not putting the dangle on. You need 16 3mm bicones. I'm using these light purple. 15 aught seed beads. I'm using dark purple. You will need 16 super duos. I'm using these. They're a matte clear. Crystal matte, I do apologise, I've just had a look. They're crystal matte, 16 of them, and 2 drops. Unfortunately, these are the only drops I've got left, so I'm just going to put them on. They might look alright, we'll see. You need 2 ear hooks. I'm using these gold ones. A size 10 or 12 beading needle with a good arm span of thread. I'm using KO in grey. Scissors to cut your thread, and a pair of pliers, possibly may be needed, but it's handy to have them. It's not a very tight project, so you should be alright without them. Right, so to begin with, we'll get 8 of your 3mm bicones and 8 of your super duos. Now we're going to alternate these until we've used all of the beads that we've got. So we'll pick up a bicone and a super duo, alternating until you have got to the end. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Move these down to the end of your thread. We don't need a long tail, but just enough to be able to tie a knot. So we're going to tie a knot in this. Don't pull it too tight because we need to be in between your beads. So we're in between the bicone and the super duo there, and I'm going to go through the bicone, through the super duo, the bicone, and come out of the next super duo. Just keep hold of your work and gently pull, your knot will go through and then it takes it away from the end for you. Go through the next bicone, super duo, and come out of the bicone. Don't pull it this time because we need your knot where it is. Cut off your tail because we don't need that anymore. Pick up 7 15-aught seed beads. We're coming out of the bicone, we're going to skip the super duo and go through the next bicone. Pull that tight. Pick up another 7 15/0 seed beads. Again, skip your super duo and go through the bicone. And pull that tight. 7 15/0 seed beads. Skip your super duo and go through your bicone. And pull that tight. 7 15/0 seed beads. Skip your super duo again and through your bicone. Continue this right to the very end. So we're skipping the super duo and going through the bicone. Hold tight, pick up 7 15/0 seed beads, skip your super duo and go through your bicone. Pull that tight. 7 15/0 seed beads. Skip your super duo and through the bicone. Well, at least I found out where my knot is, it's in there. Pull that tight. Pick up 7 15/0 seed beads. And skip your super duo and go through your last bicone. This is the last one. If you can, or you want to go through the super duo and the next 3. So I've gone through the bicone, the super duo, and I'm coming out of the 3mm there. Pull that tight. Now we're going to go up this one here. We're coming out of this bicone, so we're going to go up this section here. We're going to go up 4 15/0 seed beads. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4th. So I'm now coming out of the middle of this loop. I'm coming out of the middle bead. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads, turn it over and flip this super duo up, the one that is with the loop that we're working on. I want to turn it round and go through. We're coming out this direction, and I'm going to go in this direction through the top hole of your super duo. Pick up another two 15/0 seed beads, we're coming out of this super duo here, and we're going to go back through the top hole of the 15/0 seed bead we were originally coming out of. And pull that tight. We've now attached this loop to this super duo. We're going to go back down these two 15/0 that we added, and then back through the super duo. Sometimes these get turned around, all you've got to do is just turn them back. Pick up a 4mm bicone, and we're going to go through the very next super duo in the round. Give that a pull. So now we're going to attach this loop here to this super duo. So we need two 15/0 seed beads, and we're going to go through the middle bead of this loop, pick up another two 15/0 seed beads, and then back through the super duo. So again, we've attached this loop here to this super duo. Now I'm going to go around these 5 beads again, 6 if you count the super duo, just to tighten it up and give it a bit of strength. So back up the 2, across the top 1, back down 2, and then through your super duo. Give that a nice pull to tighten it up. So I've just gone around these beads again just to give it a strengthening up. So now we need to pick up our 4mm bicone again, and we're going to go through the next super duo. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads, and again we're going to go through the middle bead of this loop that is next to the super duo we're coming out of. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads and back through the top hole of the super duo. And once again I'm going to go around this loop to strengthen it and to tighten it. So back up the 2 and the top hole of the original loop, back up down the 2 and through the super duo. Okay, so again now we need to pick up the 4mm bicone and go through the next super duo, the top hole, and repeat the process of adding this loop. So it's 2 15/0, go through the middle bead, go through the middle bead of the loop next to the super duo we're coming out of, two 15/0 seed beads, and back through the super duo. And I'm just going to go around this again for strength and to tighten it up. Pick up your 4mm bicone and go through the next super duo, top hole, pick up two 15/0 seed beads, and through the middle bead of this loop. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads and back through your super duo. And pull that tight. Go around these again. And through your super duo. Get your 4mm bicone and go through the next super duo. Two 15/0 seed beads and through the middle hole, through the middle bead of your loop. Two 15/0 seed beads and back through your super duo and go around these again. What we have so far. So pick up your 4mm bicone again, go through the next super duo, pick up two 15/0 seed beads, through the middle bead of your loop. Pick up 2 15-knot seed beads and back through your super duo. Go around these again. And back through your super duo. And pull that tight. Pick up your 4mm bicone. Go through your next super duo. Two 15-knot seed beads and through your middle bead of your loop. Pick up 2 15-knot seed beads and through your super duo top hole. And go around these again. Pull that through your super duo and give that a gentle pull to pull it tight. Pick up your last 4mm and go through the super duo. Now, as you remember, on the first round we didn't strengthen this loop here. This was our first one, so we're going to go through that now. And then back through the super duo. So this is what we have at the moment. That's your basic wreath. Right, it's a bit flimsy, so I'm going to go around these beads just to give it some strength. So if you count your way around, you know where you are. So that's one set of two, so that's one. Two. Three. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your last one. But I'm just going to go through one more to take it back where I started. Now when you pull this tight, pull it in the direction of your circle. Pull it that way, not out. You need to pull it in the same direction. So I'm just going to go through these two. And I need to come out of the 4mm, so I've gone through the 4mm Super Duo and I'm coming out of the 4mm there. So I'm going to add my bail at the dangle at the bottom. So pick up 4 15/0 seed beads, a 4mm bicone, and it depends how big your dangle is here, the hole to the end, and I know I need 5, so I'm going to pick up 5. So I've got 4, my 4mm, and then 5. I'm going to put my drop on the end and then pick up 4 15/0 seed beads. So this is what I've picked up so far. I've got 4 15/0, my 4mm, 5 15/0, my drop, and 4 15/0. Take these to the end. Okay, so I'm going to skip these 4, my drop, and 4 of these. So basically what I'm going to do is just go through the 4mm and each 15/0 at each side of it. If you hold on to your drop and then pull it up, and we don't want to pull it too tight because we do want some movement. So now we need 3 15/0 seed beads, okay. I'm coming out of this 4mm here. I'm going to skip the Super Duo and go back in this 4mm here. Doesn't really matter where you come out of. I've actually gone through the 4mm, the Super Duo, and the 4mm, and I'm coming out here. Okay, you can pull it tight if you want to for now, just to make sure it's all in there, but then just give that a little wiggle to loosen it up a tiny bit, and I'm going to put a little knot in just to stop that from tightening up. And then I'm going to make my way up. So I'm going through the next Super Duo and 4mm, through the next 4mm and Super Duo, and I'm just coming out with a 4mm here. This is where I need to be, because I'm going to put the bail on here, so it's the opposite side to where your drop is. Pick up 7 or 8 15/0 seed beads. I've actually got 7. And again with your drop, I'm going to skip the Super Duo and go down the next 4mm. Now this one does need to be pulled tight, so pull it tight, and then I'm going to head my way back down to the drop again, just so I can go around that again to reinforce it. Just go through what beads you can, be patient. One at a time if necessary. Because it's starting to get a little bit tight in there. Right, so I'm making my way back down to my drop. Right, I'm going to put in a knot here so that when I go down my drop I can leave it loose again. So I've just put a knot in there. I'm going to go through 4mm and I'm just going to go back around my drop again, the same route I took last time. So it's down 4 through the 4mm, and now up to 15 right next to the 4mm. Doesn't matter which way round you go this, round your drop. So I'm just heading my way back up now. So if you remember, we came around this way, so we've got to remember to go back up that way. So up the 3, through the 4mm, and I've actually gone through the 4mm super duo and the next 4mm, doesn't matter. Don't over tighten, make sure you've got a bit of movement, and I'm going to pop a knot in there to stop it from tightening up. And then I'm going to make my way back up to this loop here so I can just strengthen that up. I've actually managed to go through 3 beads there. So now back around my loop, I'm coming out of this, oh no, I've actually gone through my 15 as well, so I'm just coming out of this 4mm and I'm in 1/15, so I'm going to go around the rest of them. And then through the 4mm. And I'm going to tie a knot there to make sure that stays tight. Give that a good tighten and make sure it stays tight. Put your knot in. And then work yourself away from your knot. And if you've got room to put one more knot in, please do so. Just going to put a knot there. Go through another couple of beads if you can, to work yourself away from your knot. So I've gone through, I tied my knot just here, so I've gone through these 3 beads now, and then I'm going to cut my thread, make sure that's tight. So there we go, cut your thread, and then I'm going to attach my bail, just round that up to make sure it's nice and round. That's what we have. I'm going to attach my A hook. Just open it up. Always open it that way, don't pull it out. And then make sure it's orientated the correct way around. Put your A hook over and close it up again. If your hole is rather small on your A hook, when you add in this loop here, it's best to go through your A hook at the same time. But this is fine to put on after. So there we go. You obviously need another one of these to make a pair. And that's how you make the crystal wreath earrings. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and it was easy to see this time. I do understand that I do go off camera a few times and it's not being very close, so I hope this one was easy for you to see. If you've got any problems, please message me. You can find me on Facebook, just search for Ezeebeady. It'd be great to see any of your work that you've done from my tutorials. Thank you very much, see you next time.